weekend, and then we'll take questions.
Yeah, this week we've really tried to narrow our focus again on making improvements throughout the week. We know it's on the road. Every conference road game has been a tough one. We realize that's going to be the case again this week. Southern Miss is in a position right now where they're continuing to improve. And then once we get past that, we'll focus on La Tech. But again, it's a road trip, road swing that we have a chance to do some great things in league, but it's going to be a heck of a challenge.
Seems like you've legitimately got 5 big men, maybe 6, that can produce. How do you manage that? How do you keep them happy? And I guess now that the season's 3/4 of the way over, how are they, responding to maybe not playing as much as some of them might want to?
Well, that's one of the great strengths of our team is the guys are so bought into team success. Thomas, as you saw, went in the game and was very, very effective, did great things, and I think he's going to as his career continues, is going to be a really, really important player in the games for us. But he also understands right now that Chris and Tosin and HaHa are going to get the majority of the minutes, and Lou is playing at a level right now where he's really helping us as well. So bottom line is everybody's excited the fact we're winning, and they're bought into the team success.
It seemed like your guys were really able to keep their foot on the gas in the second half the other night. How good was that to see to be able to finish on the off?
Yeah, that was important, and we've talked a lot this year. There seems to be a new topic every time, but we've had some games where we weren't able to finish the games as strong as we would like, and we were able to build leads and then let them kind of slip away towards the end, and that was an emphasis this past game on Saturday, was once we built the lead to continue to grow the lead, and the guys really bought into that and did that, and the crowd was a big part of it as well.
Southern Miss and the league has kind of had their peaks, and since you've been here, they're good, and they had the struggles with the sanctions or whatever. It seems like they're playing a lot better probably than people thought they would. What are the challenges that they provide?
Yeah,
especially?
Coach Sadler has done an amazing job, and when I watch their tape, they play as hard as anybody in the league, and so they're not the tallest team, they're not the shot blocking team, but what they do is play extremely hard. They play very unselfish, and they're going to try and shorten the game. They're going to try and make it so they would rather us shoot quick and limit us to one shot, and then what they want to do is on the offensive end take 20, 25, 30 seconds before they get a shot up. And so we have to be careful with style of play, making sure we're getting high-quality shots because the value of each possession goes up in a lower possession game. So he's doing a heck of a job coaching them, and again, they're playing to their strengths and trying to lit possessions and keep it close and win at the end.
Last week you touched a little bit on being a team that's tough to scout. How big is that at this point of the year that you're coming into some games against some of your tougher opponents, but you haven't really shown them, hey, if we take this away, that's how we beat them?
Yeah, I think it's a couple things there. One is on the Thursday, Saturday games with the one-day preps on the Saturdays, it's hard for any team in the conference to prepare and truly be prepared. But on the Thursday games with us, I like the fact that we do play 9 or 10 guys. Offensively, I feel like we have a pretty good package where there's a lot of variety to what we do. So it's not just, hey, if we can guard one action, we're going to be able to shut UAB down. So I think the variety of personnel, the variety of plays are important for us. But having said that also, the coaches in this league are very, very good. The scouting, the technology is to the point now where you really can get a good feel for what the other teams do. One thing we've talked a lot about this year is you need to do what we do. We do a lot of scouting, we focus on the other teams, but at the end of the day, the majority of the focus is on us, executing our game plan, and it's a great feeling to feel like if we play our best basketball, we're usually going to be successful.
Coach, I don't necessarily consider you guys a big team, but you guys play big. Defensively, I guess, in the nation, near the top in blocks. Can you just attribute that to what?
Well, HaHa is the main thing. He's been unbelievable. 8 blocks, I believe, in the first half of the last game. But he's back there. You have Tosin back there, and then you still have guys like Chris Coakley. Dirk Williams on the wing is extremely long, and he'll block outside shots. So we have a variety of guys for their positions are long and lean, and we may not be the widest team in the country, but we are fairly long and athletic. And I think what we're trying to do defensively as well is put us in a position where the guys at the rim can block shots. So I think a lot of those things combined, and unfortunately, probably because we're not great at guarding the basketball, when people get by us, it provides shot blocking opportunities as well.
Any more questions?
I got to add, these are type things that you don't necessarily worry about, but we enjoy talking about it and stuff like that. And as we get closer and closer to the next level of the season and with what you guys have been able to accomplish, first off, when you look at this team, are you guys playing better basketball now than you were at the end of last year?
It's a great question. I don't know. I do think we're trending upwards this year. My goal is very clearly to be playing better basketball in March this year as opposed to March last year, and we were playing at a high level last year. I think we're doing some really good things right now, but I also think the best basketball is ahead of us. I think there's many areas that we can continue to improve upon, and I think the guys are in a spot right now where we're hopeful we can get that done.
And in conjunction with that, I guess, I look at it and, looking at where everybody stands right now when it comes to March, a lot of the talk is that you guys may not be considered as good as you were last year, and yet I'm looking at your record and how well you play. You just got to play the games that are ahead of you and not worry about all that stuff, or what?
Yeah, I mean, we certainly don't worry about that. The focus is to improve and get to the place where we're playing our best basketball. I think everybody from last year's team is a year older, a year more mature, a year more experienced, and I think all those things can help us get this team to a place that we weren't last year in terms of playing at the highest level. But again, between now and March, we have some work to do still.
A team like La Tech, in the past few years, they've had great success in this league. To have them on the second end of a Thursday-Saturday turnaround, you've got essentially 30 to 36 hours before you're playing again. What kind of mindset do you have as a coach for your players to try and get them prepared for that game for a team that's going to probably protect their home court about as best as anyone y'all face?
Yeah, they've done a great job the last few years of playing on their home court. They're very talented again this year. They're having a lot of success in the league. In those 36 hours, whatever it is in between games, we do our best to get the guys as much rest as possible, prepare mentally in terms of game preparation and knowing the scouting report, and then getting in the gym a little bit and going through things, but it won't be a long practice on that Friday. But the combination of those things between practice and scouting and rest, and give them some good meals and get ready to go.
I don't think there's any question that you guys have a target on your back within conference play. So to keep the guys interested at a peak level, how difficult is that, or how do you do it really?
Well, I think every team in the country is going to have peaks and valleys throughout the year, and one thing we've talked about is to try and minimize the peaks and valleys the best we possibly can and trend in a positive direction. I think it gets easier and easier for us the longer the season goes now because the end is in sight. And I think the guys understand that it's just a few weeks away from now. The conference tournament's going to be here. In between now and then, we have some work that needs to be done, but it does go by like that, and I think the guys understand and appreciate that.
It's a game or whatever.
Yeah, it's positive because we're winning. I probably think it'll be a different story if it was losing, like they was coming off the bench like that, not playing that much. But they're good guys, pretty good. Stay positive and just go with the flow.
Yeah, I know when Lou comes into the bench, what kind of element does he bring into the game?
He's like an X factor of the game, Come in, just give us great energy, and just play with enthusiasm and just play with the edge.
Seems like he's always wanting to pull that three-pointer, but then thinks maybe somebody's going to tell him you shouldn't do that. Has there ever seen like that to you?
Nah, not to me because in practice he takes it without no second thoughts. He shoots it. That's what he works on. He works on his game. He's just looking for the best shot for the team. That's all.
I don't think there's any question that you guys are the team to beat within the conference right now and where you stand. But having that target on your back, do you like it, the challenge? Because you're getting a conference opponent's best each game.
Yeah, I personally like it because I know every night, every game day that we're going to have to come and bring it. And if we don't bring it, we will lose. And every game we come out and we play with an edge. And so we go out there and compete.
You got to go on the road for 3 straight now. You've been so good at home. How do you take that edge especially that edge you had in kind of the second half Saturday night, how do you take that with you and keep it with you on the road for this next couple of weeks?
Stay positive, play harder, just don't get down in individual play. Just focus on the team, and when the team's successful, everybody's happy. So just stay positive.
Would you say that this is the most important stretch of the season to date right now?
Yeah, I would say so because we got 3 back-to-back away games, and it's going to test us on the court, see where our head's at. Hopefully we can stay together and fight through it and get these 3 wins.
What was that little move y'all were hitting on the sideline the other day? Where'd that come from? Whose idea was that?
It was Chris' idea, but it was like, let's dab on him. It's like, what? It's like, let's dab on him. Let's just do it. I was like, okay, let's just do it.
Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
Does that just show how much fun you guys are having?
Yeah.
How much you enjoy one another as well?
Yeah. You know, when we have fun, we just get lost in the game, and just like to have fun on the bench and on the court. Just take it all serious, but we like to see our teammates having fun as well. So it's like when we having fun, everybody else having fun, and we win. So.
That was kind of hard to compare from one year to the next, but from where you guys were at the end of last season and where you are now, is it comparable? Or do you feel like you're playing at a similar level to what you sort of hit at last year in the postseason? Right?
I think we were kind of playing better on the offensive end, but last year we had defense mentality. Coming in, we're going to play defense, and the offense is going to come around. But this year it's like the offense is there. We still got to work on the defense side. So we're still working on guarding the ball and keeping our man in front of us. But hopefully we can get the defense in back where it was last year and keep the offense end up, then we'll be pretty good.